Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Behind the Pine podcast. I am Chris Demo. We're here at Murphy's Law Irish Pub in Rochester, New York, Easton Alex Entertainment District. We have a very, very unique and fun show ahead of us here. I have my friends Kara and Chelsea here with me today. We are going to be participating with these guys in an annual golf tournament. And Kara, I know you run the golf tournament.
Yes.
So I'm going to be relying on you for a lot of that information. And Chelsea here, so you own the restaurant Manja Manja in Spencerport, New York.
Yep.
So Chelsea's going to double as a guest today and also our local shout out because we want to make sure that we are supporting all of our friends here in the Rochester area in this industry. That's the one thing we always say we do best. So guys, please introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are, what you do. I know this is kind of unique. Kara, you've been in the industry before.
Forever.
And yeah, for forever. And now you're kind of like industry adjacent where you're still involved. So that'll be interesting to get into. And I know, Chelsea, you are obviously an owner currently. So interested to hear those stories. So please introduce yourselves. Let us know what's going on. Who wants to go first?
Me? You? So I've been in the business. I moved to Rochester in 2002. I started bartending when I moved here at the good old Curly's in Irondequoit. I'm sure most people have never even heard of Curly's unless you're like a mobster, but it was where I basically got my start, learned how to drink and do everything fun in the beer business. I worked for Lake Beverage for almost 11 years. I did marketing for them. I did sales for them. I now work for JFS. I sell food for a living. I've been there for 10 years. I'm on the board for the Restaurant Association. Chelsea is our president. So that's kind of why we're here today, is because we have our Restaurant Association golf tournament coming up. It's at Shadow Lake. It is our 35th year doing the golf tournament. We've had some great sponsors in the industry between bars, between Wright Wisner, Lake Beverage, Palmer, Cisco, US Foods, JFS. Basically, it's a whole industry-wide event that we're just trying to promote to the public.
Awesome. And I've known you for quite a while, and it's kind of you hear that story like if growing in the industry, starting out like behind the bar, and then you move into a little bit of distributing, and then you move into different you got beverage distributing, and now you're doing food, and it's probably a lot of growth with a lot of the same people around you all the time.
Yes.
It's just people kind of move around in different mediums all the time.
Absolutely. And I'm still friends with everyone along the way. Most of my Lake Beverage customers came with me to the food business, so it was kind of
perfect,
an easy transition where it might not be for other people, but I was lucky in that where my customers were all loyal to me and all came with me.
Perfect. That's exciting. And Madam President, what about you?
So I own Manja Manja now. We bought it in 2021, so we're almost 5 years in, which is crazy. But before that, I worked for my business partner now. He owned multiple Tim Hortons, so I ran his units for a long time. So did coffee, and that was very corporate, they made the plans, you just did it. And as long as you did, you really just controlled your team and whoever that was. But then had the opportunity, a good friend of mine's stepdad was selling Manja. He was getting ready to retire. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get out from under this. I feel like I've absorbed what I can. I wanted to do our own thing, did that. So the bar scene is different for me. There's parts of it that are very similar to coffee, that rhythm that you get into and everything like that, and your regulars. So that's been interesting, evolving to kind of a different crowd, a late crowd. And then I got onto the board as a board member just to network and see what's going on. Because my world was super small. Like I said, being in corporate, you kind of stick to what they provide for you. And
you're in those parameters for...
Yeah. And why would I know any different? And then when I started developing relationships, like people like Kara and you, not just your distributors and your customers and everybody, but networking is such a big thing. And I think I kind of didn't fully grasp that or understand till I got a couple years in. And then somebody approached me, asked me if, I'd be interested in being on the board. I was like, I'll see what it's about. Sure. Just really to network and see. Being way out in Spencerport too, that's a thing. But seeing really what's going on and what everybody's doing and supporting is really the big thing. So super excited.
No, for sure. That's awesome. That's a great story. And it's, once you're in too, it's even if like, you guys kind of went adjacent, where I've always been kind of in the same, it's a family business for me. So I've been kind of just like, this is what we do. This is our thing. Yeah. But, networking is definitely a huge thing. And I think we're naturally kind of built to network. we're social, we're providing services. You can talk to anybody about anything forever. I have, on my real estate side, when I first started out, I was really, really able to bullshit my way through a lot of deals because I could just talk enough that you just get confused or bored and just be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sales is like 80% lies.
Yeah. And all the deals you make.
50-50.
Worst case scenario, if it wasn't going well, just bring them to a bar and just we'll have a few drinks and at least close the deal that way. No, that's definitely great. And so the restaurant, it's what's the name of the board?
New York State Restaurant Association.
New York
So we're
State
the
Restaurant
Rochester
Association.
chapter.
So, and you're the Rochester chapter. And is it does it go beyond Rochester? Is it all over the place? Like, do you guys do other stuff with other markets? And
we're only Rochester.
And you're only
New
Rochester.
York State Restaurant Association goes all through New York State. So there's different chapters. We're
very
just the Rochester chapter.
You would think I would know more about this growing up in this industry, but I don't. And that's kind of cool. And
You should jump on the board.
I know I should jump on
That'd
the
be so
board.
fun.
Yeah, see, this was I recruited them to come here. Now I'm getting recruited immediately, which is no, I definitely I probably should. And the reason this whole conversation came about was we were talking through networks and people that we knew, and I was like, oh, you should get involved with this golf tournament they're doing and have the podcast do it. And that's kind of why we're here, because the Behind the Pine podcast, we're going to be out there for the golf tournament on July 13th, Monday. We're excited. There's going to be 4 of us representing us, talking to people, playing some golf, having some drinks, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Lots of local restaurateurs will be there golfing.
And if there's anyone knows how to have a good time while still golfing and supporting a good cause, it's people in this industry.
Yes.
So tell me about the golf tournament. What's going on?
So at the golf tournament, we right now already have 4 samplings on the course. There's New Trail, there's Good Boys, there's Founders, there's New Belgium. We do a hole-in-one contest. Prior years, it used to be a car. The car dealerships kind of got away from that, which is fine. We understand. So now everyone who does the hole-in-one, it's $20 a person. You either win $500. Everyone gets entered into a contest, and you either win $500 or we have a $500 gift package to the Strath Allen right down the street. That includes an overnight, dinner at Char, and breakfast in the morning. So that's a huge package.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of guys in the tournament, so maybe they want to win some points with their wives.
Yeah.
You never know. I'm sorry I golfed all day, but I want us this
or they're going to need it for that night for going out golfing and drinking.
So, and then we also do like this fun golf game where you hit a golf ball into some buckets. That's $5 a person, and depending on how much we raise, somebody wins half that money.
Gotcha.
So if we raise 100, you win 50 for 5. If we raise 300, then you win 150
that's
for $5.
awesome.
But it's just something more fun to fetch your buddies on while you're out there on the course. You know how it gets.
No, for sure.
Everyone's drinking and wants to be the big guy.
I know, right? I'm gonna get roped right into it too. And I actually,
Almost everybody does.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
She did it last year and she had a ball.
Yeah.
No, I can't wait. I'm excited. I like the golf too, so this is right up my alley between being out there and it's crazy that Rochester especially is such a big golfing community because it's miserable here. Like
you get like 2 months.
Like as soon as the sun comes out, everyone's like, we have to go outside, we have to drink, we have to golf, and we have to go to all these restaurants, all these golf courses, and you see like between professional and like fun tournaments, there's golf tournaments going on every day in Rochester and all the time. So I do try to attend them when I can. And another cool thing is that a lot of these tournaments, no matter what it's for, are for a cause. And you guys do. So do you guys support something on the back end of this?
So what we do, we raise money for scholarships for people getting into the restaurant
That's
business.
awesome.
So like we have one that's ending June 30th. All applicants are due June 30th, and then we'll be giving out scholarships
For the
to
next year.
people going into the restaurant business.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Trying to make it all come full circle.
No, that's awesome. That's definitely right on par with everything. And it's it's very important that I think you keep people in these industries. We talk about it all the time. The people that are in our industries, you got to go out and have that person-to-person connection. I think that's always something that people are going to, there's something in us that, we want to host, we want to take care of people, and we have to connect with people. And it's also, we are providing spaces for people to come in and connect with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And the whole world of going to school and going right into the workforce, that in and of itself is so different than it was when I was in school or coming out of school and every few years, and especially after COVID and all that. But helping these people who are already interested into it. I feel like people who really get into the restaurant industry, who stay in it, they find a mentor, they find the people that can kind of help them through, because school's so structured. it's already been a thing that we kind of have to create this new way of helping these people
Absolutely.
get through the next part of it, because otherwise it's a struggle. You never know who you're working for. I mean, you hear some bosses that are crazy and throwing stuff, yelling stuff or whatever. But if you're in a good space where the people are, want to teach these young people how to communicate with managers through the good and the bad, and then they need the help through it financially, to help for this not super structured school system that we have for the industry. So that's really kind of what we try to.
No, for sure. And there is a lot to learn in this industry. And I think you also, along the way, you pick up things that don't come with a traditional,
Right.
pathway.
Right.
It's, like you said, everything's so structured. And if X happens, then Y happens. And I don't think that this industry is structured that way.
No.
So you got to be on your toes. You got to be able to adapt, and you got to learn how to deal with people. You got to learn how to deal with positive and negative things, like you were saying. And I think those things are the only way to do it is to go out there and go do it.
Yeah.
I
I think COVID taught us too, even when it comes to the, serving food safely, serving alcohol safely,
Yes.
doing all those things. As much as it's really kind of torn us down, we're in the process of rebuilding it back up. And it highlighted how important, regardless how you feel about it, it really highlighted the importance of all those things that can really only be taught when you're in it.
No, for sure. And I think, that's the one thing that people were dying to do during COVID was to get out and be around people and do things. And, it's, especially service industry people, like we couldn't wait for the people that, the people that, to come into your bar or your restaurant to come back out.
Just to say
But then,
hi.
of course, in industry worker fashion, as soon as they showed up and got all drunk, like, oh, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed you. Now leave.
Didn't miss you that much.
Spend a lot of money and leave immediately. And then that's
I'm actually not missing you that much.
yeah, no. It only takes, and it's always that funny dynamic because I'm the one serving you, and how can I possibly get upset with you for acting like an ass?
Right.
If I'm the one that's giving you the tools to do such a
Yes.
thing. But that is our dynamic, and it's part of.
On her point too, I wanted to mention too, we do have MCC student volunteers
Yeah.
working
Oh,
the
awesome.
tournament as well. So
Some
we're
nice
kind of like,
resume builders too and stuff.
yeah. So we're kind of like tying it all in.
Oh, that's
we
awesome.
like to. It's a point.
Yeah, it's been a slow build after COVID. I know I don't want to keep bringing up COVID, but after
No.
COVID, it really is a slow build. We didn't have a school chair for a committee for that for a while. So slowly building the board back up. And not to guilt you into joining the board.
Yeah.
Everybody else is interested. We do need this. These are the kind of people, but how exciting it is that we got somebody on that made the connections.
Yes.
They help. Not only are they just volunteering for us, but making that connection with the school for people who are staying here. Makes big deal for
Yeah.
us. Super exciting for her to jump on.
That's awesome. And I always say this, and whether it's on the show or just in general, that it's people I think don't give this industry enough credit.
I was this industry is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Being basically growing up, I was 20 when I got this industry, and so I've
the people you meet.
won't say my age now.
When you were 20. Okay, so you've
Yeah.
been in it for 6 years. Good for you.
Yeah. 29. 29. Yeah.
But it's just like the demand of it, and how it's, if you have people that never worked in the industry that come into your places and they look at you as if you're only doing this, you're just doing that.
Yeah.
It's not difficult.
No,
Listen, you're seeing just the immediate interaction, whether it's a drink or food.
Everybody thinks they can do it. And so fun you say that. I recently was having a conversation, the culture of like the Google reviews and stuff, just really just going
Negative.
hard on people. Yeah.
Negativity.
Well, you see people that have like 600 reviews, and you're just like, okay, so you just do this like this is
Yeah,
this is
is what you do.
recreational
I know.
small
Okay,
business
Karen.
destruction.
Yeah.
Well, there's another thing too. Like I was talking on, like what I was saying is like we like to host and serve, and that's kind of it becomes a part of that. Like we want to make sure you have a good time.
Yeah.
If you have a problem, please tell me about it.
Yeah.
And that's with coworkers, or like we've had people that come out. Like I've been at our bar for almost 20 years, and it's people are like, well, I have a question. They feel bad. No, ask me.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out. Like if there's a problem, or you see something that you don't like, or you're not sure how to do something, we want to make everyone's experience here as good as possible.
Yeah.
And come talk to us. Don't sit there and wallow in anger and then
just
go
go on your
home
phone.
after a couple of drinks and go off, everything's in caps lock, and you're just like motherfucking some small business.
Yeah.
And there's also in this industry, whether it's Yelp or you see, like there's always a trend, like these bars. Like I think there's a place on Park Ave that did it, where you get like a really ridiculous bad review, and they kind of make them into t-shirts.
Yes.
So then like it's like the new shirt.
Do that.
Yeah, and
So backward.
Well, I mean, it's like because there's always more context than what you get out of the individual. It's like being in high school. Like,
People
oh,
wanna
so and
flex
so
their muscle.
said this, and then you go talk to that person. Like, well, that's not exactly what happened. By the time it gets to the public, there's multiple degrees of
Hey,
separation.
there's always two sides and a truth. So
Yeah,
my size might not be the same as yours or whatever. Like, and they should be on there. People should share their experiences on where when they go out. You're spending good money. Everybody's money is precious
Yeah.
these days, especially. But it blows my mind sometimes. Just the culture behind, I guess, criticizing more so is what I'm saying. Maybe not directly negatively, but they watch these guys walk around the restaurant who are busting their butts.
Yeah.
You
all
know,
they want to do is tear them down.
and they think it's super, super easy. It's just some parts, some of it is easy.
Yeah.
But
Well, like I say, if I'm making you a vodka soda, the vodka soda is easy. That is easy. It's everything around the vodka soda that is difficult because there's 15 drink orders in your head or food orders or whatever it is, and you're trying to make sure you can
Enough.
right. You trying to make sure you get everyone, and every customer has the idea that they're the only person there, and you can't make everyone perfectly happy, but we strive for that every day. It's just a mentality. I think that I think a lot of people that had never worked in it just think that you're here to serve. You're my
Yeah.
servant.
instead of going to college first, like everybody should get into a restaurant in some way or retail or something. Like that should be a requirement and a baseline
Correct.
into any other job.
Yeah.
We talk about that all the time. It's like that should be like a life prerequisite to have. It's a resume
people
builder,
skill.
whether you like it, whether you think so or not.
It's people skills.
It's people
That's how
skills.
you learn it because you got to take the good with the bad, and it gets awful sometimes.
Oh, it does.
There's
There's you have those days where you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I
Right.
can't take it today because we have bad days too. And it's really tough to put other people's needs ahead of yours when you're going through something in your personal
Yes.
life or whatever's going on. And then you got to check it at the door, walk in with a smile, and
Yeah.
say, "What could I do for you?"
Yes. Yeah.
So that is, and there's the hours are grueling. A lot of places are open every day. We don't.
You have to be now. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how most of our places are 7 day a week operations, and you spend a lot of time, a lot of the same things, a lot of repetitive, just like any other job. But you're on
It
your
doesn't
feet.
stop here. It doesn't
No.
stop when you leave.
Right.
Not just in ownership and management or just people who are invested and care and have that, I guess, integrity to the business or that responsibility to the business doesn't stop when you. I mean, because the technology, which is great and wonderful, but my emails get buried. Like I just don't see
Yeah.
them for days, and I'm getting reservation requests and catering requests, which is wonderful that they're at my fingertip.
Right.
But it means it never ever stops.
Right. Well, that's another thing is that you can think, how much can I really do? And also, if you inadvertently drop the ball on something, it's because you're juggling so many balls. It's not
Yeah.
because you don't care.
Yeah.
And we have group chats, and they just blow up all day. And
Yeah.
And then, like,
you're
I-
just like, what happened?
like I wake up in the morning, I'm like, "Oh," like I could tell by how many messages I have from each bar. I'm like, where was the problem last night? Yeah, so I got to go through it, tell them it's like reading the news. That's like my newspaper
Yeah.
in the morning. It's like, all right, the Daily Caller for all the shit storms that happened on Park Ave and East Ave last night. But a lot of it's just questions, and
Yeah.
also staff, like, and the hours are tough. Like we're open till 2 a.m.
Yeah,
our
I can't
places.
imagine.
So it's a lot of times, like we talk. I have kids, and I'm like, I'm in bed by 9
Yeah.
now, so I won't get to you till tomorrow. But
You're gonna make it through it.
yeah. Well, we have good staff too. That's another thing. You talk about people that are invested in it aren't just ownership or management or anything else. Like staff really does become part of the family, and
Yeah.
that people care about the business doing well, and that a lot of our places are self-managed, are self-running, which is
Yeah.
great.
And that's the difference. And I've said that about my group when we came on. A lot of them, for a chunk of time. I mean, we're 6 years in now or 5 years in now, but going through a transition of ownership is incredibly difficult. You're changing rules. You're changing where things are. It's just is what it
Yeah.
is. Good, bad, whatever you think about it. But it is just difficult. So a third of our staff for many, many years were the staff that were on beforehand, which was awesome. But then to stay on for 5 years, and they're young people who are coming and going from school, or their life is changing, but they're staying with us. I think that's what really speaks to our success and just sticking around is the group of people and surrounding us with. They're very nice to each other, and they're just good, kind people, but they care.
Yeah.
And that is, I can't imagine some of the places that have a hard time staffing for whatever reason. I can't imagine not having the staff that I have because it
That
would
you
probably
care.
be not
No.
doable.
It's so invaluable. And then also, if you got people coming and going all the time, just getting rid of people, then onboarding new people, and
Yeah.
and then it's like, so now that's taken away from your efficiency doing anything else.
Yeah.
Whether it's catering or anything else,
Yeah.
where you could focus on stuff as an owner or manager because the staff's got it. Or if there's a there's stuff that they can all handle. They know the place, they know the people, and they're not going to come to you unless we have staff that the distributors come in and we have them write the checks and they're ready to go, and just like you could sit back at ease of that, and you can't replicate that. You can't,
It's invaluable.
yeah, it is invaluable.
Yeah, it
And
is.
when your customers walk in and
staff
know
is
somebody or they
invaluable.
know the distributors, or
Yeah.
half our distributors are like, listen, well, I'm going to sample this new stuff with you and we're going to have a day. And it's like, okay.
You're gonna tell them it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
So how have you liked was it when you first switched over, like I think you said Lake? Was it Lake when you came out of bartending that you were?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So how was that initial transition? So it's like from bartender to distributor to booze to food now. How's that transition been?
It's tough. I mean, like I said, I got very, very lucky. I had very loyal customers that
Right.
stuck with me from the beer end. But when I first got into beer in Rochester, I was like the first girl in beer sales.
Yeah.
And you know how many people were like, "You're not going to be in here with your high heels in a week. Like, we give you a week, like, because it was a man's world."
Yeah.
And here I am. I'm like the little 22-year-old, like, I'm here to sell you your beer.
22-year-old, 4 years ago, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And then I transitioned into management, and now I'm managing a bunch of grown men. So luckily, again, I had built such great relationships. These people were my friends. A lot of them are still my friends. And so it was a tough transition. And then food is completely different. Where beer, like, you only can sell certain things.
Right.
So there's nobody selling that Budweiser that you're selling.
Right.
Food, there's 10 of us selling the same Tyson chicken tender.
Right.
So it was kind of relearning how to do a whole different type of sales.
Okay.
In the end. But all in all, like I said, I mean, if I didn't have my relationships that I made bartending from the beginning, I probably wouldn't be where I am.
No, and those
today.
and you kind of do grow with the people that, like, when you first, because bartenders, servers, whoever it is, like, you kind of have people that are your friends, your demographic that are coming in to support you, and you kind of grow with them.
Yes.
And it's like, hey, as you go into different aspects of your life, I'm going to go into different aspects of my life. And
honestly, both jobs were from people that I was serving beer to. Like, the first one was somebody said, "Why don't Lake Beverage is hiring? Why don't you go there?" And then the second one was,
and we hate those people. We love you, but we hate you.
Yeah.
you're taking the people away.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like, stop.
The best
But
way to find them, I'm sure.
But yeah, I mean, that's.
It's like, it's the no poaching. That's what that's it. But it's,
You also want them to succeed.
Yes.
They're your family.
we always support people.
Time to go. It's time to go. And
As long as you're open on it, like, we always support people, whether it's a change of lifestyle. I've had people that have come up to me and say, listen, I'm behind the bar and, like, I'm drinking too much, or I'm developing bad habits. It's not healthy for me. Like, 100% support you. Or other things that people have to take care of, or I'm going to go try out a career. Like, okay, listen, if you want to, do more of a 9 to 5 thing, best of luck. We wish you everything, all the best. And then, if it doesn't work out, come back. And we have people that come and go, they'll leave for a while and say, hey, that wasn't for me, or I made more money doing this. And, it's
it's supplemental for a little bit. As long as they leave on good terms, we always,
as long as we leave on good terms, the door's never shut. Whether it's if you come back as a customer, or you want to work again, you can always pick up shifts. And we said before, you could take this skill it's the people, or just dealing with a nonstop, fast churning industry that are going to apply anywhere. If you want to move cities, you can go find a job easily while you get on your feet. You could go talk to people, you can meet people in new places and network and do these things. And that's where, like, it's always served me well in my day job is, I've worked with brilliant people that on paper could run circles around me in real estate information and knowledge, but they can't fucking talk to anybody. And that's like, you're like, listen, all these facts are very nice, but you got to make people feel comfortable to do business with them, or
absolutely
trust you.
Sure.
And
I think that's the biggest thing is trust, right?
Yeah.
Even from the distributor side to the employee side, like,
absolutely,
that's everything.
Yeah. And you got to have rapport with people, and it's, I'm going to take care of you, you take care of me. And, that's those longstanding things that just don't go away. Because trust is it's getting harder and harder to come by.
absolutely.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, like, this industry is crazy, because as I've gotten older too, and I'm kind of, I'm not partaking in the party as much, and I'm a little bit more diligent of things when I'm working, and everyone's like, well, how come you can't just do this? I go, listen, you gotta, like, as I've gotten older, I understand, like, I'm serving you alcohol, and my family's income, a lot of people's income here, whether it's theirs or their families, whatever, is dependent on us serving a bunch of people alcohol.
And the safety outside of here too.
Yeah, it's a responsibility. We got to make sure that in these walls, and then when you leave, you're safe.
Yeah.
And we talk about the time calling people Ubers or cutting them off, and how that gets. And it's a lot more to think about. And you think, if you get a busy place, you got the weight of the bar on your shoulders, while also trying to provide a good time for people that are,
you want them to have a good time.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to juggle, and you can't do anything without trust. Trust with your customers, trust,
and your staff picking up on. That's like,
No, and even when I've noticed this, even when like I've gone out of town before, like people that are in the industry, like whether it's a bachelor party or whatever, then you get like, these older guys who haven't been out in a while, they're all like, let's fucking go. I'm like, listen, let's calm down. We are going to be out in public.
Yeah.
And then like you could sense the people that are in the service industry, if they're out with us, we feel the shift in the room before anyone else does. Like, hey, we should probably relocate. There's probably going to be a problem here soon. So, I think that's definitely invaluable, because we go out to bars anywhere,
sure.
and I'm always my head's always on a swivel.
Yeah.
I'm always looking, or I'm also like feeling for the staff if there's if it's a waiter or a server that's running around like a mad person, or a bartender that's in the weeds, and you're like, I feel for you.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that we see that I don't think
I'll get a lot like, how did you hear that? And I'm like, it's bartender ears.
Bartender
You
ears.
had to know if someone said the word shot that you wanted to run over there and get them those 10 shots.
It's funny if you're saying excuse me and waving your hand in your face, I don't hear you. But if you whisper something from 40 yards away, I'm like,
you say to your friend, do you want a shot? I'm like,
I heard shots. What do you guys want? How many?
Because they'll change their mind really quickly, and then you lose those 10 shots.
That person, your friend in the back with half asleep on the table, they're not getting one. They're done for the night. I actually do that a lot. I use people's friends to like cut them off, because a lot of people get really upset. If you're nicely cut them off, say, hey, listen, just so you know, like your friends just, help me out here. Yeah. They've had enough. I'm not going to kick anybody out as long as they're not throwing up. Wake them up and let them know that they can't drink anymore. We make sure we don't no sleeping at our bar.
Yeah.
No. But so you guys, obviously, I'm assuming, are more food centered.
Yeah, I mean, we have a bar, and it's a nice big horseshoe bar, which is nice. But we have Spencer is pretty saturated with food. The bars have kind of calmed down there. I think we're a little too far from the city for it to be a destination go drinking kind of place. It's more family oriented, but we will have a lot of girls come out for margarita night or that kind of stuff. But uncomfortable. I don't get that exposure all the time to that. But I mean, it happens here and there. But
purchasing an establishment, did you guys keep a lot of the stuff the same, or did you kind of put your own twist on the existing stuff? Or
a lot of it we stayed the same. We've had to just over time watch the numbers, and if something's not cutting it, change the menus. I mean, that's the great thing with partnering with big companies like JFS and US Foods and them, that they help you with the menu changes, the graphics to that are way beyond my interest, for one. I don't want to sit in front of a computer. But they help with that, and then they engineer and print it for us, everything. And you just got to cut back when it's time to be done with something. So it's not that you necessarily wanted to come in and change what it was. It had a long time standing. It had its customers. We just brought on a lot more standards, more regimented because of our background, and whatever kept and worked, we kept what it was. But I think every couple years something's different, and you got to
keep it a little fresh. You got to keep it a little fresh. No, that's interesting. You said that though, where it's like, listen, you could probably use that corporate background to fine tune some things, but also understand where that won't fit in that kind of establishment.
Yeah.
So that's probably a cool little learning curve.
So tired of hearing of it. They're like, oh my God, we get it with the list. Like I get it. We'll get it done. I promise.
I think a lot of people too are so scared to cut off Uncle Bobby's favorite sandwich when Uncle Bobby's the only one eating that sandwich. So eventually Uncle Bobby's favorite sandwich needs to come off.
Yeah. Right.
If you want to make it for Uncle Bobby.
Yeah. If you have the ingredients, great, cool. So we have a secret menu in our computer system for exactly that. Yeah.
A lot of people are in that, and that's menu space. And nowadays menus have had to be trimmed so much. It's more small menus and run specials.
Everyone's going lean and mean.
Yeah. And I think like everyone is so tied to like, but this regular really likes that. Well, if they're the only one that likes it, it's really just taking up space. Like
coming once a month.
Right.
Yeah. I tell people that all the time. They're like, how come you always don't serve this anymore? Like Magpie's a small bar. Yeah. And I'm like, I have to leave shelf space and cooler space for stuff that sells. Yeah. Because we have a finite, we have a finite amount of room up here. And like people come like, those are my favorite. I go, I know. And if it made financial, like I'm not punishing you or anything.
When you make it, you want it to be fresh and like you want to bring it in that week. You want to prep it that obviously that week. You want to do all you don't want to be freezing, pulling things out and having this special Uncle Bob sandwich that you're just pulling out for him. Like it's just.
And then you got like a staff person who's like, they're like, oh, he comes in all the time. I'm like, yeah, and you're maybe like on that one shift, but
nobody else has seen him in 2 years.
You gotta look at the big picture and make the decision.
One Jack Fire, I just use that as an.
And then also, we're running out.
Jack Fire people.
Or we get the people that do drink a ton of something we have, like, and it sells a lot, and then they come back like, oh, you're out. I'm like, yeah, until delivery day Thursday, but it's also your fucking fault because you drank.
You just drink a whole bottle. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, stop with the 15 doubles. It's
Yeah.
I mean, happy, but don't get mad at me. Plus, they also don't understand this is the one booze I drink. Well, that one they serve they sell it by the case.
Right.
So I'm not going to order another case
until you need it.
Yeah, until I need a fucking case.
Yeah.
So it's it's like if I need one burger, I don't buy a cow. It's and that's kind of how that goes. But no, it's good to take care of your regulars. No, that's Kenzie setting up downstairs.
Okay.
And I could say Kenzie because no.
Moving that much.
Yeah, for those of you guys listening and watching, we shifted our hours here at Murphy, so we're trying to get a quick episode in here before we open. It is 3:34 p.m. right now. We open at 4, and Kenzie is who has been on the show twice. Is diligently down there setting up. So you got the real life bar sounds of someone opening downstairs.
They're not fake.
No, it's a real thing.
I was kicking everything.
It's not like an applause sign. Like it just says rattle bottles in the back. Yeah. I always do closing shifts, so opening is a whole different thing to me. And I'm always lucky because Kenzie usually opens after I close on Saturdays. And she's like, don't do a lot of closing. She goes, I redo it all in the morning anyways. I'm like, oh, I love you so much. Thank you. Because at 2:30.
Her own way of setting up.
Yeah, because at 2:30 in the morning after a Saturday shift, I'm like, my bones are hurting. Actually, speaking of that, Kenzie's going to be one of the people golfing with us at the tournament. Yeah. So I'm going to have her and Lexi, who did the Lilac Festival stuff. She's going to be out with us. It'll be fun.
It's a really good day. I've gone twice. I went once as like a guest with one of my distributors the first year. I don't know that I was even on the board yet.
I don't think you.
I was like, whatever. Like, I've never golfed either. I was like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Excuse to buy a score. Whatever.
Next year, I'm going to be saying that thing. I'm like, yeah, I don't even think I was on the board yet.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm getting recruited hard here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for it. Golf tournaments are so much fun.
Yes.
And especially this kind of people, like you go for charities for whoever's doing whatever, but like this is very specific. And the people who are going are all restaurant people, are all bar people. Like we're a special breed.
No, yeah.
It's good to and how often do you get to go see everybody? Yeah. Like everybody together. We're always so busy doing our own thing. And so, I don't know, distracted or always so maybe we'd come to you or your friends that you go to that one place, but for everybody to get together, it's a big deal.
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, all of us are always working or doing something. Something's going on. And, I know you're going around talking to everybody, but we're like, how many times I said, we got to go support this person. It's like, well, I worked so much. And when you're in a bar or restaurant so much, when you have downtime and you're in a bar or restaurant so much, you're like, I just kind of want to be home for a minute.
Yeah.
And then and listen to the silence of my house.
Make no decisions.
Yes.
Think about nothing.
Yeah. But of course, in my head, I'm always thinking about shit.
Yeah.
So there's no days off.
And really quick, we're talking about the golf tournaments.
Yes.
We do have Jimmy Highsmith Jr., who is a Grammy-nominated saxophonist and flutist, who has played with Najee, Alicia Keys, and Natalie Cole, and he's there for an hour during cocktail hour after the golf tournament.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So even if you don't like to golf, we have dinner-only tickets, so you can come and just do the cocktail hour with the hors d'oeuvres and the dinner and see.
And what time's everything going on? So for anyone that this is July 13th. It's Monday. It's at Shadow Lake.
Yep. So lunch. Sign-ups and lunch is like between 11 and 1. 1 is the shotgun start. We plan on everyone being back in by 5. 5 to 6 is the cocktail hour with Jimmy Highsmith, and then dinner.
That's awesome. So
we do like a huge silent auction where we have prizes worth like $300-$400, and everyone bids on them and stuff like that.
That's awesome. I love golf tournaments. I didn't know that's the dinner option only. I don't know if that's like a thing I've heard of before, but that's pretty cool for anyone that doesn't want to spend the whole day golf, because it is a commitment, but it's
Some people love jazz and this guy, and you might never get a chance to see Jimmy Highsmith.
So what else is going on with this? Tell us more about the tournament, because I know this is we really want to make sure that obviously supporting industry specific causes, tournaments, and we talk about networking. Because I've been in this industry the whole time and I've never heard too much about it. So I'm excited to be my first year here and potentially be a board member soon.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
What else you got for us?
Well, so another thing, actually, we are doing is, I don't know if you ever heard of our meat hot sauce competition that we do.
No, I have not.
So we do a meat hot sauce competition also to raise money for scholarships as well. That was back in March,
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
So our three winners, the Braddock Bay won most original, BTB won People's Choice, and Loving Cup won most creative. They will be there during lunch, giving out little samples of their meat hot. So
Oh,
you
that's
get to
awesome.
try all the meat hot winners as well. So
Oh.
that's like another thing where we tie one event into the other to give them extra exposure and to let everyone try the meat sauce.
And if anyone that's not from this region is listening, meat hot sauce is a very big deal around here.
Near and dear to our
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes on
Even
everything.
if you don't like spicy stuff,
Yeah.
near and dear.
Yeah, you put it on hot dogs, garbage plates,
So basically,
any plates, cereal.
hot dogs, hamburgers, French fries.
Yeah.
So basically, you're gonna make your own
Yeah.
plate with
Any-
meat hot sauce.
Any Hots restaurant you come to in this area, if you're visiting, you gotta definitely order the meat hot. And people do have their favorite places that they go
Yes,
to
yeah.
for they will literally just go there because that's their favorite meat hot sauce, and that's a big deal here. No, I'm excited. And
So
also,
they'll all be there tasting theirs. Roarbox is our lunch drink sponsor, so he supplies the beers for during lunch. So there'll be Blueberry Al and Cosmic Crush during lunch. And it's just good time.
I also where if people wanted to sign up for the tournament, what would they do?
So on our Facebook, we post on there. There's a link to the charity golf link.
Yeah.
And then on the New York State Restaurant Association, the website, there's a link for that. And we'll keep posting. So if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, we're posting that link,
Constant.
but it's charity golf.
I'm gonna have you send that to me too.
Yeah,
'Cause I'll throw it on our pages and stuff, and we'll get it out there.
Yeah.
I know we're cutting it close with the tournament, but hey, listen, you never sign up too late. Whether, like you said, whether you want to golf all day or you want to come out and hang out and have some drinks
And just
with some industry people.
Yeah.
And we've had two bartenders from Shadow Lake here that one of them works with us.
awesome.
So they've been out here before.
They're great. They're always great.
Shadow Lake's awesome.
Yeah. Very seamless.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really enjoy the day.
We've had some golf tournaments in our day. I don't know how deep into it I was gonna get, but there is an establishment that is very close to and near and dear to my heart that we used to have a tournament every year. I'm not gonna name names. And we were after I think the third or fourth year disallowed from any golf course in Monroe County, and then it was probably for the best. It was funny back then, but it was debauchery,
Yeah.
and
sure.
we cost some people some money, and it just got a little too crazy. It used to be a shit show though. It was a ton of fun.
Oh, so much fun.
It was so much fun, but
So
it was
much fun.
yeah, it definitely. I understand why we were no longer allowed
Yes.
at certain golf courses.
Sure. I think that there was a lot of golf carts that maybe did not make it
Yeah.
through.
There still might be. You could go visit one of those golf carts. It's almost like a Titanic tour.
I
You know,
was
just
just It's still in the pond.
go down there and get some artifacts. Someone's 9-iron and yeah.
One of my sampling girls' shoes are in a pond because the guys convinced her to go in after her shoe
I
or
remember.
in after her ball. And she lost her shoe.
And the ball.
Oh, we never got the ball or the shoe back.
Hey, listen, no faith. I remember that tournament. There was just like it was like the last hole. We're kind of we all took buses out there. Like
Yeah.
that was the last hole at one of the golf courses, and this kid who was a younger kid was like newly 21, and we're on the 18th tee waiting for like the last group to finish up, and he was just on the hill laying down. It was like a downhill thing, and he was just throwing up. And I'm like, I'm like, is anyone gonna help this kid? Like, we gonna help? But yeah, he bounced back. He did the old boot and rally.
By the time we got back here, I think he was drinking.
He probably drinking again, and it's like, listen, that was par for the course. No pun intended. Actually,
Yeah.
pun intended. But it's we've had some times, and I'm excited to be back with the industry folks. I mean, we always know how to make it a good time.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's a happy in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite.
No, don't.
Oh gosh,
No.
we're way too old for that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's what.
Oh, it's 29. Yeah. Way too old for those days.
No, I'm excited, and it's like a lot of people that like I know you mentioned some restaurants and bars that are be there that we know those guys and
Yeah.
other bartenders I know in the industry. So I'm super stoked, and we're gonna bring a good group with us and do a little videotaping and do some we'll do some interviews
Yeah.
and
We're
we'll probably try to
excited.
get as many interviews done earlier as possible.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, that's a
let people enjoy the day without worrying about being on camera after a few cocktails.
Awesome. Himself, yeah.
I'm excited for that. And guys, please make sure that you you check out our pages. We're going to be posting all the links for this golf tournament coming up on July 13th. this is our first time really kind of while working together and
Yeah.
collaborating. So we're really excited that,
Very
Behind the Pines had this opportunity to kind of work with some other local partners in the area. So this is our first year running this, and I assure you, as a potential future board member, we're going to be doing a lot more with with the restaurant groups and yes, yes. So please make sure you check out the golf tournament. Keep an eye out for the behind all the interviews on Behind the Pie Podcast. Check us out at behindthepiepodcast.com. Our landing page, anywhere you follow your podcast, click on any of those links, follow us, like, subscribe, let us know what you're thinking, send us an email, tell us about your bartending stories, and keep an eye out for us on all of our socials.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for coming. Looking forward to golfing with everyone in a
me
couple of
too.
weeks. It's going to be fun, and we're going to have some stories after.
Oh,
All
for
right,
sure.
guys. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Bye.